Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to a very, very exciting cricket show. Cricket happenings this on a Sunday. What a game we had in the IPL today. I mean, we know that this IPL has been the best IPL ever, I reckon, because tons of runs have been scored. And besides, we are having some real exciting matches which are going all the way down to the wire, as we call it in cricket. And this was another last ball victory today when Sandeep Sharma bowled a no ball and probably thought that he raised his hands by saying, probably saying that they have already won the match. And to his utter chagrin, the umpires called it a no ball, and he had to basically re-ball that, and that disappeared for a six of Abdul Samad's bat. And Sunrisers Hyderabad beating Rajasthan Royals, despite the Rajasthan Royals putting on a grand show, batting first, putting up 214 for 2 on the board. But the main spanker was the man of the match, Glenn Phillips, who slammed 25 runs of 7 balls. He went 6-6-6-4 against, so basically 22 runs in that 19th over, which proved very crucial. 43 runs were required, and the left armer Kuldeep Yadav was given the responsibility, and he disappeared for 22 runs of that over. And then finally, when it came to the final over, it was left to, I mean, Glenn Phillips was out after making, and that's the precise reason he was given the Man of the Match award for his biffing 25 of 7 deliveries, which included 3 sixes and 1 boundary. And also, you know, Abdul Samad kept his cool. I mean, he could not. The last ball was the turning point. One probably thought that they have won the match, but it was not to be. And Sunrisers Hyderabad, Abdul Samad sent the one which was actually declared a no ball. The next delivery, he just sent it soaring into the sky, into the spectators, and that was the victory for Sunrisers Hyderabad. And definitely, what it has done is that for Rajasthan Royals now, they are in a one horse race, one could call, because their points are there are 10 there are 10 points, but they have 4 contenders on the 10th spot, basically making it difficult for them now. Rajasthan Royals, RCB, Mumbai, and the one who is clear today was Gujrat Titans, who steered clear of everybody there, and sat perched on 16 points, and also then net run rate is also very good. I don't think that is really going to come to the fore the way that GT is playing. CSK plays second on 13, LSG is at 11, and so that is another game. But first, I would, and that is another game that I would like to talk about. But first, today, I would rather cover this particular game, which as to really what happened. So I will go back to the Rajasthan Royals batting later, but let's have a look at the Sunrisers Hyderabad. They are chasing 214, and they have Anmol Preet Singh coming into the team today. And Anmol Preet Singh, well, he did contribute. He and the other opener, Abhishek Sharma. Abhishek Sharma, as you know, is a free-flowing player. And once again, he showed that Anmol Preet Singh contributed 33 of 25, which included 4 fours and 1 6. And Abhishek Sharma, as we have seen in this IPL, he's a very free-flowing player. He continued to play in that same vein. He got company from Rahul Tripathi, and both really put their heads together. They were not in any they were not in any situation of any panic, even though they still had a long way to go. But once what really turned them on, I think once they passed the 100 mark, probably it came into around 10 overs or so, then they decided that they really have to press on the accelerator, and they definitely did that, with Abhishek Sharma contributing 55 of 34, which included 5 fours and 2 sixes. Rahul Tripathi also played a good hand, 47 of 29, two fours, three sixes. Now, these two were out. Abhishek was out at 116. And when Henrik Klaasen's wicket was taken, now this was Yuzvendra Chahal who having a great time. He was doing a great job. He was the one who was nipping up the wickets. He picked up Anmol Preet Singh, Rahul Tripathi. And in 1 over, he dismissed Rahul Tripathi. He took the important wicket of Henry Klaasen for 26 because we all know that he's a danger man. The score was 157 in the 16th over. So once again, there was still a lot of runs to get if you look at the card there. But Henry Klaasen's wicket was an important one, and that was well done by Chahal. 26 of 12 for Henrik Klaasen, two fours, two sixes. And then we saw Rahul Tripathi. Now, this was another crucial over in which Chahal really did bring back, definitely gave Rajasthan Royals a lot of hope as he picked up two wickets in one single over, dismissing Rahul Tripathi for 47, and also got the wicket of Aidan Markram, LBW, for 6. And that really, it was a bit of a real struggle for them. 174 for 6 at that stage in the 17 point for almost 18 overs. And now the equation was 2 overs and 43 runs to get. And Glenn Phillips today was playing only for the reason that they decided to drop the out of form Harry Brook and brought in Glenn Phillips. And there was no Mayank Agarwal as well. So Glenn Phillips got an opportunity. He cashed in big time. What an innings from Glenn Phillips. Kuldeep Yadav, as I said, the hapless bowler who really got hammered by Glenn Phillips, as Glenn Phillips hit three sixes and 1 4 in succession in a single over to really, that was an over which really turned up everything. He got tons of runs, I think 26 to 27 runs of that particular 19th over with 43 remaining. You can just make a guess as 25 runs were taken in that particular over of Kuldeep Yadav, the pacer, and Glenn Phillips was marching along. But Kuldeep Yadav definitely had the last laugh, but that was too late because immense damage was done by Glenn Phillips to Yadav's not only bowling but also to the Rajasthan Royals with his powerful hitting. 25 7, 1 4, and 3 sixes. That's precisely, even though Abdul Samad finished it off, the man of the match was given to Glenn Phillips. I'll talk about that later. But then Abdul Samad, now this was the final over. The final over was bowled by Sandeep Sharma. You can always rely on him. 17 runs were required. Abdul Samad definitely hit 1 6. And then in the last people are thinking, are we going to have a super over or something of that sort? But that particular ball which Sandeep bowled, he thought that victory was theirs, and he had even raised his hands. But as I said, to his utter disappointment, it came as a no ball, and then it was Abdul Samad really giving all the cheers to Sunrisers Hyderabad when he sent that ball soaring into the night sky, into the spectators for a magnificent 6. And that was the end of the game. Abdul Samad was not on 17 of 7 deliveries, which included two sixes. Hanson was not on 3, and the game was all over. And Sunrisers Hyderabad have definitely surprised Rajasthan Royals with this particular win. But what a game of cricket we had. I mean, as I said, IPL has been producing exciting matches over exciting matches. And today comes one more in the 52nd match at Jaipur, where the crowd really got their full money's worth. What an innings! What a display by the Sunrisers Hyderabad. And what Sunrisers Hyderabad did is they displaced. They in fact pushed Delhi Capitals into the bottom rung of the ladder, and now they are above DC as far as the IPL standings are concerned. Looking at the bowling, Sandeep Sharma, 4 overs of 48. Kuldeep Yadav will definitely forget that Glenn Phillips hitting 4 overs on 50. Ashwin 4 overs, 1 for 35. But Yuzvendra Chahal was definitely the pick of the bowlers. 4 for 29, his bowling figures. Murugan Ashwin was extremely costly. His 3 overs got slammed for 42 runs. And Obid McCoy, good to see him, but bowled a solitary over, which went for 13. Now, let's have a look at the Rajasthan Royals, because the Rajasthan Royals batting, if you look at it, you know, I mean, SSV Jaiswal, I mean, we have been talking about SSV Jaiswal, and it was absolutely not a surprise that he made a quick fire 35-18. He hit Bhuvaneshwar Kumar and Marco Hansen for sixes. And when he hits the sixes, what is, for me, the most important part that I would like to share with everybody is that SSV Jaiswal, yes, he's pretty young, he's just 21 years of age. He does not have a big physique. He's very slim, but one does not know from where does he generate the extreme power, because he does not hit small sixes. He hits big sixes. It could be sixes on any ground. So even probably say the probably at the MCG, the Melbourne Cricket Ground, which is a large ground, even over there it could be a six. So definitely, that for me has really stood out in SSV Jaiswal's batting. Yes, his batting has been extraordinary, no doubt about it, at this young age. 35 of 18, 5 fours, 2 sixes, and there was absolutely no respite for the Sunrisers Hyderabad bowlers. They were caned to all parts of the field. Josh Butler making 95, 59, 10 fours, 4 scissors. Sanju Samson making an attractive 66 unbeaten runs of 38 deliveries, 4 fours and 5 sixes. And that's the precise reason Rajasthan Royals sat on 214 for 2. But in the end, everything was laid to waste with that last ball 6 by Abdul Samad. Looking at the bowling, as I said, the bowlers really got a real bashing today. Bhuvneshwar Kumar 1 for 44, Hansen 1 for 44, none for 36, Natarajan. Markande, who has been their best bowler, came in for some severe tap. He was the most costliest bowler today on show. 4 overs, none for 51. Abhishek Sharma, 2 overs for 15. And Vivan Sharma, 2 overs, none for 18. So that is as far as that particular game is concerned. Now, we shift on to the another game, which is the Gujrat Titans against the Lucknow Super Giants. Now, Gujrat Titans here again, another run feast here at Ahmedabad in the 51st match. Gujarat Titans ran a total of 227 for 2. It all started right from the top. It was Riddhiman Saha. Oh, I mean, look at the amount of runs he has been doing. And I know for a fact that this person, unfortunately, did play for India, but he had to play in the shadow of Dhoni. He had to play in the shadow of Rishabh Pant. Now, Pant has been ruled out. Now, there is some talk going on whether Riddhiman Saha would be preferred because of his experience into the WTC finals against England. Now, for me, I would rather say, based on his form that he's going through right now, today he made a very, very superb 81 of 43 balls, 10 fours and 4 sixes. I mean, he has so much time. He's so nimble on his feet, his eyes, his glove work. As I said, Riddhiman Saha to me today is the best wicketkeeper that India has. Now, looking at the way he played today and also his wicket keeping, I would probably say that my best bet would be to get Riddhiman Saha to go to England and play for India in the World Test Championship finals against the Aussies. Riddhiman Saha, what a knock from Riddhiman Saha. I mean, he just scorched the boundary lines time and again with 81 of 43, which included 10 fours, 4 sixes. Shubman Gill, well, his serenity of strokes would, I mean, amaze anybody the way he played. Absolute treat to watch. But today, there was a different tinge to his batting where he started going aerial and he waited and waited. But later on, he just, he was giving he was allowing Riddhiman Saha to play all the strokes. But when Riddhiman Saha was gone, After that, Shubman Gill really started taking only the aerial route. And that's the precise reason, if you look at his batting, seven sixes embedded his effort with two boundaries, 94 of 51, and unbeaten. He truly deserved a century but could not get on. Hardik Pandya came and fired 25 of 15, 1 4, 2 sixes. Miller not out of 21 of 12, 2 fours, 1 6, and 227 for 2 was the total raised by the Gujrat Titans. The bowling, Mohsin 1 for 42 of 3, Avesh Khan 4 overs 1 for 34, Kunal Pandya, the captain, the two brothers at the opposite sides being the captains. It was very interesting. 4 overs, none for 38. Yash Thakur, 4 overs, went for 48. Ravi Bishnoi, 2 overs for 21. Mayers, 1 over for 16. Swapnil, 1 over, none for 7. Marcus Stoinis, 1 over, got taken for 20. Now, Lucknow Super Giants were chasing this particular total. They definitely had the wherewithal. And today, Quinton de Kock got an opportunity for the first time. He definitely made it count with the breezy innings of 70 or 41. He combined very well with Kyle Mayers. Kyle Mayers was totally electric, one could call, because his contribution in 88-run partnership was 48 runs of 32 balls, including 7 fours and 2 sixes. De Kock was 70 of 41, 7 fours and 3 sixes. Huda made, and after that, once this opening partnership had really done a good job. They were going at 11 runs per over, and they were going almost at the asking as the required run rate. But once these two players were gone, the Lucknow Super Giants totally crumbled. There was not a resistance. Huda was out for 11. Stoinis went for 4. Puran 3. Badoni was only one who gave some sort of a bite to the score with adding 21 of 11, 1 4, 2 sixes. But then it was nothing really to talk about. They were restricted to 171 for 7. Game over. And as I said, Gujarat Titans now steering clear of all the teams sitting on the top of the Indian Premier League ladder. And also bowling 1 for 37 Shami, none for 37 Pandya, Rashid Khan 1 for 34, Noor Ahmed 1 for 26. And Mohit Sharma did a good job with the slower balls, his sort of mix-ups that he does. He really did a wonderful job. 4 for 29 for his captain. Alzari Joseph 1 over, none for 5. And that was the game. But now I'm just going to shift from the IPL. Just going to give you a sneak peek on New Zealand versus Pakistan. It was the final ODI which was played. Yes, it was a formality, but it was also a matter for New Zealand to see whether they could put it across Pakistan at least in one game, and they definitely did it. As New Zealand, despite New Zealand made 299 all out, and Pakistan were bowled out for 252. Thus, New Zealand won by 47 runs at Karachi. New Zealand, with a 299, it was built by Will Young's wonderful 87 of 91 deliveries, 8 fours, 2 sixes. Other than that, they had contributions coming in from Tom Latham, 59 of 58, 5 fours. Mark Chapman made a very good 43 of 33, 5 fours, 2 sixes. And Carl McConkey and Rachin Ravindra contributing 26 and 28 respectively. 299 was the score. And 3 for 42 Shaheen Afridi and 253 Usama Mir. As far as Pakistan were concerned, 252 all out. They lost their key players, Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan, for 1 and 9 very cheaply. Even Shan Masood went for 7, and they were hit really hard by Shipley. Shipley bowled excellently in his bowling spell, and he was very, very frugal as well. So that was a good job done by Henry Shipley. And Aga Salman and Iftikhar Ahmed tried to stem the rot, but finally victory was New Zealand's by 56 runs. Aga Salman's contribution was 57 with runnable stuff, 6 fours, 1 6. At Iftikhar Ahmed, he could have gone the distance to get a 100, his first maiden 100 in ODI. It was not to be. He had to remain not out on 94, losing his partners at the other end. There was no other way that Iftikhar Ahmed he gave it a real sort of a real push, but he had to be content to remain 94 not out of 72 deliveries, 8 fours and 2 7, but a very good effort, I thought, from Iftikhar Ahmed. Other than that, Sharad Khan 14, Usama Mir 20, Shine Shafri was out for a duck, Wasim for 6, and 252 was the final tally. And but what, as I said, what it did for New Zealand is that they redeemed some pride here by at least winning one single match, with Pakistan winning the ODI series against New Zealand 4-1. And for New Zealand, they have nothing to really think about. For them, it is a sort of a lot of good experience, I would say, for the youngsters, because the key players are not there. And the bowling, as I said, Henry Shipley stood out, but Rachin Ravindra also took three, but he definitely was costly. 65 runs were taken off his bowling. Adam Min, Matt Henry, the opening bowling or the opening exchanges were very good. They were very parsimonious in their bowling, not offering much to the Pakistan batsmen, which led to the sort of frustration. And then finally, Henry Shipley absolutely cashed on and picked up those wickets. Well, dear fans and subscribers, that really brings an end to this cricket show this particular weekend. Now, again, as you know, I'll be back once again during the weekend. But other than that, just wanting to tell you, you can always visit my Twitter page. I post a lot of cricket videos over there, thanks to YouTube. Also, Facebook is another one where I'm extremely active. And besides my cricket website, cricketstatus.com is something that you can all have a sneak peek at your leisure. That being said, it's about time for me to wind up and say good night.